New phone, new camera, new life. Not really, but wow, this camera. Because I was debating like, I was debating between just the regular 17 and the Pro. And after doing some research and, watching all the people who have made a career off of comparing iPhones, a lot of them said that they're not really different. Like, usually the Pro and the regular phone are a lot more different than they are in this particular model. So I'm like, hey, and plus it's purple, so that's cuter and pretty anyway. I don't really like I probably would have gotten like the blue one, but I didn't really love like the color selection of the Pro. But anyway, oh my god, like I'm so crisp right now. I'm so crisp and clear. And I need my hair done, that's for sure. We'll get that scheduled. Anyway, had my walk, got my phone case, hence why we're on the phone now. Got everything transferred over. It was way easier this time since I actually had the old phone in my present. So didn't even have to call T-Mobile to get all that figured out. So that was nice. I got in a lot of pretty much all the oils that I got that I wanted to start experimenting with came, and they smell so good. And this one, I'm really excited about this one. This is Pussy from Aroma Depot. I always want to say department, but it's 100% Depot. Because they make my absolute favorite incense of all time of the same name. Pussy. And yeah, I've literally bought like I don't know, 10 of those. Like those are like the only incense that I really, really love. I mean, other than Erykah Badu's incense are really good, but they're also expensive and hard to find. So those are not, and they don't smell anything like Badu's, but they smell good in a different way. So highly recommend those if you've never tried those. Whatever. Just kind of like.
This is why I don't film immediately upon waking. Your sleep efficiency was optimal last night. Looks like you're doing a good job at dedicating your bed for sleeping work. I slept for 7 hours and 36 minutes.
I also got while I was out. I went to the beauty supply store while I was out on my adventures, because why not? And I got 2 oils. This one, I believe, is supposed to smell like Bougie Yum Marshmallow by Kylie. That smells really good. And then I also got a Love Spell oil because it has lapis in it. I was like, I don't know. It felt, and this was the last one. It had my name all over it. Because it's so, because you'd expect, because they had a whole collection of rollerballs with gems in them, and I'd expect a rose quartz, an amethyst, a regular quartz, but to see lapis in there, and especially that the lapis was in Love Spell, I was like, yes, I gotta get it. So really excited about that. I'm charging it on my selenite plate right now. I also got some tea, because I've been missing my Earl Grey lately. And the last one that I got, it's just not, it's not what I need it to be. It's not like strong enough. Tastes kind of weak. Which is weird, because most Earl Greys, I haven't come across many Earl Greys that I don't like. I like most of them. So it was weird to come across an Earl Grey that I did not like. And it just wasn't Earl Grey enough. Like, it wasn't, I don't know, it was just missing something. So that's only part of my haul. I just got groceries, little snacks and stuff. And I showed you the oils. Oh, I got a new toner. I'm gonna try this one out. Every time, especially if it's a brand that I've never seen before, I always just scan it in the Yucca app and then it'll tell me what the tea is. And 99% of K-beauty brands especially are like, they have pretty solid scores. So, but I wanted that one because it has I liked the exfoliating aspects of it. And I haven't had an a specifically exfoliating toner in a little minute. So I'm gonna see how that one works for me. And after this, I'll be going to my grandma's for taco night. So I'm really excited about that. So that'll be a nice time. And yeah, I have work tomorrow morning. It's my first opening shift in a long time, so that'll be interesting. But I'm glad I'll be able to like get off early and have like an actual day for once. Because usually on the days when I close, like that's the whole day pretty much goes to getting to work and then being at work. But when I have a early shift, and then I get to have the rest of my day, and that's good, and that's fun. Oh, I also got, they had at Marshall's, they had sea salt and vinegar pistachios, and I love these things, but they're always just so freaking expensive. And so at Marshall's, they were like a smidge cheaper, just a smidge. They're still $5, but they cost like $8 even at Walmart. So I was willing to take it. And I also got I've been really into trail mix lately, and getting different trail mixes. Especially I don't like the ones that have like chocolate and candy and all that shit in it. I want it to be healthy-esque. So I got this one, the omega-3 one, and I've been munching on it already a little bit, and it's really good. Last time I got it wasn't the Great Value brand. It was like, I don't know, Power Up, I think. I don't know. I'll see if I can find it and put a picture in it. But I really liked that one. I specifically I like ones with pumpkin seeds in them, because ever since I discovered pumpkin seeds are excellent, I've been really into pumpkin seeds. And I got my first bag of pumpkin seeds at Marshall's also. Or maybe that was TJ Maxx. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're basically the same place. But I just saw them there, and I've heard that they're good. But I didn't expect them to taste so good. Like, they just taste like, they're just like naturally so like yummy and umami. And I don't know, there's just something about them. But yeah, like I could fuck up a whole bag of pumpkin seeds easily. And the ones that I got, they were raw and like they didn't have any salt or anything like that. And they were still good. They were still good as hell. I'm trying to remember to look into the camera. And now there's a light. Oh my god. There was not a light on my other phone. So maybe that'll help. I'll just look into the light. Okay, bye. I have returned. It is day 28. Making it my favorite challenge. Woo, woo. Last day. Well, not really. It's the last day of the month, but I plan to do this for like a proper 30 days. So we'll carry on over into March. But the fact that I've done this the whole month, oh my god, I'm so proud of myself. Thank you. Love you. Just got off of work. We had an event today. It was hectic. It was a lot, especially since I was the only one there. And we do juices, coffee, and juices, coffee, smoothies, and sandwiches. The juice part is kind of relevant for the point I'm about to make, because we pre-make the juices. We don't typically make the juices, like, they're not made to order. We just make them and then they're there and then you can grab them. But the smoothies and everything else, and the coffee and everything else, that's made to order. So, obviously I can't make a coffee and a smoothie and a sandwich at the same time. So people were getting a little antsy. But it's like, you see that there's a lot of motherfuckers here, so I don't know what else. And you see that I'm the only one back here, so I don't know what the fuck else you expected. Anyway. But yeah, I don't really know why my manager didn't schedule, like, just off the bat 2 people for this situation, because it was, I mean, it's not like we don't know how many people are coming, so there's that. But she did like let me know that if I needed help, like she already told somebody that like I might need their help and to be on standby. But I really could have used more than standby. Like I really could have just used them being there the whole time. Like that would have helped a lot. But eventually, and like it was so crazy that I barely even had time to like get on my phone and be like, I need help. Eventually I did, but it was so crazy that I really didn't even have time to do that. So, also one thing that all this whole situation has helped me realize, or I mean, I've always kind of known this about myself, but it's really like solidifying as a thing that I want to work on. I have a hard time asking for help, and I really prefer not to ask for help. I do know where it comes from, but why get into all that now? But yeah, I really struggle to ask for help, and it's almost like part of me feels like asking for help is like a weakness, and I know like logically and everything and like spiritually that's not true. Like, we're human beings, we need help. That's just like part of life. But yeah, I generally do struggle to ask for help. And so it was nice, even though the situation was very hectic. I was also late, and that did not help either. Like, it was like, I literally woke up. First of all, I don't know what happened, but like somehow my alarm didn't, or I think it went off, I just didn't hear it. I think I was just so knocked out that I did not hear it. And that has happened before. And this has also made me like clarify, okay, when like, especially since I don't really open that often these days, like because I have to wake up extra early to open, so I need to set multiple alarms. Like one alarm is not going to cut it. So it was good to like really, seal that into my mind today. That like, okay, you need more when you have to be up in the morning. And I was also up late last night. Taco night. I mentioned it. But when I have to be up early in the morning, I need to set multiple alarms. But I don't know. I mean, I thought wrong. So, because I have an everyday alarm that goes off at 9, and 9 is when I was supposed to be there, and that's when I woke up today. So that was fun. But I got there as fast as I could. I was there by like 10:15, which is pretty impressive because I still managed to get my makeup on. I mean, I did half of it. I did like my eyes here, or I did my eyeliner and like some things at home, and then I just took the rest of my makeup bag and I did the rest of it in my Uber on the way there. I don't know why I was doing that. Anyway, yeah, it was pretty, because it was like, okay, it's already a hectic morning. I'm late. And I knew we had the event, so I was like, damn, it's not like if it was just a regular day, it would have been nothing, but like we had an event that day. So I was like, fuck, I'm late. Like, damn. But I got there and it's fine. And I got there like before the event and before it started. So that was good. But as soon as I got there, it was like, can I get this? Can I get that? Can I get this? Can I get that? So there was literally no time to breathe the whole duration of the event, because anytime there would be a rush, and then I'd be like, okay, I get to clean up right now. But no, more people want things. So yeah, that was a lot. And eventually I was able to get back up. Eventually backup did come, so that was good. But it was towards the end, so it was helpful, but it was helpful. But I could have whatever. So that was that. And now I'm home, and I wanted to go to ThriftCon today, but it's already over. It's 5. Because I tried to switch my shift, but we had the event, and the person who's doing who's doing the closing shift, because I tried to switch if I could, like, if I would close if they opened, but the person that's doing the closing shift is new, and that I'm honestly glad that I didn't do that, because that would have been a lot for her. That would have been a lot. And yeah, so it's okay. It's okay. And you know, it's not like I'll never, you know, ThriftCon comes every year, so I'll just go next year. And there's other like thrifting events that happen throughout the year, so I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I feel like I was saying something and then I got distracted, as I often do. I don't know. I just got home. Glad to, it's nice to like be home and it's not like almost midnight for once. Doing a stretch. Yeah, we don't really know. Like, all of us were confused, like, why it was scheduled like this. But I still like my manager at the end of the day, and she's a human being, and I think, like, I feel like this is something that I possibly could have done if I was a manager, so I have no hard feelings towards her. Because, you know, I mean, we're people. I kind of try to see everyone as, like, a little piece of me, and so, I mean, yes, I'm still human, and I get pissed off, but I don't hold this situation against her, really, especially, you know, now that it's over, like, it's fine, like, and also it was exacerbated by the fact that I was late, so I take responsibility for that. Is my ribbon completely? Oh no, I thought my ribbon was completely deflated. But yeah, oh my god, this is the last day of the month, last day of February, last day of Black History Month. This has been a fun journey. It's been fun, like, you know, filming these clips every day and just having, even though I've been behind on the uploads, I know, but that's okay. That's okay. As long as the videos get put up at some point, I'm pleased. And I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off next week, so that's plenty of time to, one, relax and do nothing like I like to do, and also do some things. Do my things. Do my thing. So I'm glad about that. And biggest takeaway, well, I think I feel like I kind of have been, like, I've kind of already primed and prepared my mind to take on this challenge to a certain extent. Like, I feel like if I was never into like meditation or manifestation or mindfulness or psychology or things like that, then if I just started this out of the blue, it would probably be a lot harder. But I feel I've been like leaning towards this line of thinking for a long time, like just the tendency to take a situation and try to find the little piece of gold in it, no matter what it is. So in a way, that's like kind of prepared me to be able to do this and not like absolutely lose my mind. So that's been nice. That's nice. And I've enjoyed it, and it's been a fun exercise, and it got me back into like journaling, because as I mentioned, I was mainly doing voice notes for a while to vent and to brain dump, and that is still good, and I still love doing that because it's just like, you know, I could yap endlessly. But writing is it's more of a full circle of actually like getting the thoughts out, because, you know, just talking about it is just talking about it, but actually like getting it down, it does make a difference. And so it was good to learn that, and so I think that will help me take my journaling practice more seriously moving forward. So it was nice to learn that. Also, it's just, I mean, Especially since, like, there's nothing absolutely major and, like, detrimental that happened in my life this month. So, of course, that made things a lot easier. Because if something real fucked up happened that would make me kind of shrug, then, I don't know, even, I mean, any situation could always be worse. And so I keep that in mind a lot of the times. Like, there's a lot of times where, like, I'll like knock something over, or I don't know, like I'll knock something over and then I'll be like, well, at least that didn't fall on this thing, or at least that didn't like spill in the worst way it could have possibly spilled. Like the other day, I was eating a salad and I bit into the tomato and the tomato splattered everywhere. It got all over my blanket and all over my little like food tray and all over, and like a little bit of it got on my bedspread, and my bedspread is like fuzzy on the outside, and all I could think was like, oh, I'm just glad that this didn't get all over my bedspread, because only like a little bit did, but most of it just got on the blanket and my food tray. So I was like, well, at least it landed on the blanket and the food tray and not all over my bed. And it's a very small, minuscule thing, but still nice, still helpful. But it's been fun being on this journey, and I know I'm talking like it's it is an ending because it's the last day of the month officially. But yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed it. There's definitely things that I've learned throughout this that I will be taking with me forward. So what else could you ask for? A lesson? Oh, that affirmation channel that I was talking about yesterday, one of the affirmations that she said that I really, really loved is, it's like, I don't know, I don't remember the exact wording, but the gist is, I always win because no matter what happens, you win an experience. And and that's good. Like, an experience, even if it's like absolutely not what you wanted at all. And there are caveats to that. Of course, there are a lot of experiences that I understand that there's a lot of experiences in life that it would be hard to spin into something positive. And I think that's okay too. Like, especially, I think sometimes just the lesson is like, I don't know. I think like it's okay to have a bad experience and just like let it be a bad experience. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I do think most things that we experience in life can be flipped into something. Or even if it's like, this terrible thing happened and it got me to the point where I know that I never want to put myself in the position for this to happen to me again. Or I never want to, like, I know the pain of this, even if it's like something you completely cannot, like, you just are like, this was terrible, there's no way to put it. Even just going through that and being able to have the experience to be able to help other people that have also been through that, I think is pretty amazing. Because I've also had experiences that I've had trouble that I can't spin, that I can't find anything good out of, that I'm still kind of question marking. And sometimes the only thing, after meditating on it and thinking about it hard, sometimes the only thing I could come up with I've had this experience, so anybody else who has had a similar experience with, I can relate to them and possibly help people that have had this experience and show that, you can live through it, you can survive it. And that's okay. I'm gonna go now. Goodbye. Hello. Thinking in my favorite challenge, day 29, because it's not a leap year. So this is day 29. had work today. Thought about a lot. I was thinking about a lot today. Number one, well, I'm deciding what thing I actually want to get into. I think. Okay. So I watched a video by Katie Clark, and I'll put it up. I'm pretty sure that's her name, but clearly I'm not 100% sure. So I watched a video by her, and she was talking about the topic of the video was basically how to master your attention, or how to make. Yeah, that wasn't the title of it, but that was the point of the video. And I really enjoyed it, and it also, of course, really resonates with the whole theme I've had going on this whole month with thinking in my favor. And at the very end, I definitely want to do a big a list of a bullet pointed list of takeaways that I've had so far, and just things that I've learned and realizations that I've had, and I guess the ones that I haven't shared yet. But I realized a couple weeks ago, that especially with everything going on at my job, I was like, I'm just giving way too much of my attention to this, and letting it and dragging it into when I'm not there. And I know I've talked about this a little bit, but because of everything with work, it helped me realize that this is kind of a pattern that I have, where I will let something outside of me kind of consume way too much of my energy. Or because before that, I don't want to get into everything, but this is a pattern that I've had. Before it was my job, it was something else, and before that thing, it was another thing. And this helped me realize that it's this has been a loop that I've been kind of stuck in, where even though there's all these things that I want to do and create and build, and I am in the process of, I still am finding myself just leaking my energy all willy-nilly. And I've decided, and all of this has helped me realize that no more of that. It's just no, why? There's no point. This isn't good for us. This isn't helping us. It's not useful. So we gotta shift. We gotta try something else. We gotta do something different. So I started braiding my hair, and I got kind of distracted by what I was saying, because that is how my brain works. Sometimes I feel like a bird brain, and sometimes I feel like a genius. There's really no in between. But that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun for me. So I embrace it. Anyway, attention. I just gotta value my attention more. And I have definitely gotten better, especially with this in the process of doing this challenge, of just when I'm going somewhere I don't want to go mentally, I'm just no, enough of that. Not relevant. Next. I tell myself that all the time. I'm not relevant. Next. And then I just move on. And of course, with some things, it's easier than other things. Other things and the way to really, I've found, number one, just journaling has been huge. And then also kind of trying to find the actual feeling in your body and just feeling it there, instead of just letting the thoughts ramp up. And that also, and learning that hasn't been the easiest thing for me, because I forgot one. I have a tendency to overthink a lot. And also just I just think so much. And for a long time, and sometimes still now, but it's definitely gotten better, I would really struggle to sleep at night because I just couldn't shut off my brain, and I just couldn't stop thinking, and it would drive me absolutely insane. Especially because I would just find myself like falling into like thought loops of things that like just are not pleasant and just make me like, I don't, just not even nice things, just like mess and chaos, and I don't know. And even though I meditate every day, and I've been meditating for, this is my third. I started meditating consistently in 2024. So this is like my third year, and it was the beginning of 2024. So this is like my third year of meditate, or yeah. I'm tired. Actually, I think I'm just gonna end it there, and I think I'll come back to this topic tomorrow when I'm a little bit more clear, because I definitely should film more clips, because most of my clips I film after work, because in the morning, well, this morning was really nice. I woke up earlier and I had breakfast and everything, and I was able to do like a nice long meditation. So it was really a nice morning, but I didn't film a clip, obviously. But tomorrow for sure, I'm gonna film a clip before I go to work, because after I get home from work, clearly I'm depleted. But also, I don't think I've mentioned this, but I'm pretty sure I've talked about how I was asked if I wanted to go if I wanted to go full-time at my job, and I ended up deciding that I don't want to do that. And it was a hard decision, because I'm about to be 26 this year, and so that means I'll be off of my dad's insurance. But thankfully, what I'm telling myself is that as of right now, I still have time to like get in some last minute appointments before I don't have insurance. So there's that. But I was really like, oh, it'd be really good if I had benefits, because I'm about to be 26, so that would really come in handy. But I ultimately decided that it just isn't, even though that would be great, it's just not worth my time. It's not worth my time to be there as much as I was there this month, especially. This month was a lot. This was probably, I think this is the most I've worked since I started. This is the most I've worked this month. And considering this started as a part-time job, that's, and since like December, like mid-December, I've kind of been working full-time hours anyway. It's been a lot. So I finally told my manager that like I can't go on like this. Like I can't. So, and she received it, and now my schedule is a lot more manageable. And I feel like I just have time for me again, because that was a big problem that was kind of making me lose my mind. I felt like I had no time for me. And I need time for me. I mean, we all need time for ourselves. But I know very, very deep down, very to the core of my being, that I need time for me. So if I don't have time for me, I don't have me time, I go a little crazy. I go a little bonkers. I get sad. And even though I was doing this challenge, and like I said from the beginning, it was never about like denying my emotions or like trying to pretend like I don't feel the way I feel about something. It was never about that. Like, I love how I said I was gonna end it, and I just totally didn't. Because I cried more this month than I have all year. But I cried more this month than I have recently. And so I knew something was wrong, because even though I don't now when I cry, I don't question it. I just kind of let it flow, and I kind of don't even worry about why I'm crying. I just let it happen. But obviously there were times where I knew why I was crying, and I knew it was the frustration of like, and the stress of work, it was getting to me. So I just knew I had to do something, and I did. And so I'm proud of myself for that. And I am appreciative of the lessons working like that taught me, because it ultimately showed me where my boundaries need to be stronger, especially with myself and my rest, and knowing that it's okay to advocate for myself, and knowing that my rest is a priority. And because I feel I'm the type of person where, like, the idea, like I mentioned how I worked 8 days straight, and originally I was gonna have like I was supposed to have one of those days off, but it got, because that person left and the schedule got off, so I didn't end up having that day off. And it didn't even occur to me to like be like, no, I need my day off. Like, that didn't even occur to me at all, because I knew at the end of the week I was taking the weekend off. So I was like, well, I have the weekend off, so. But no, I could have and should have kept my day off, and advocated for me needing rest, and me not needing to work like that. So I'm learning that I need to advocate for myself more, and that I also, like, locked in on I also learned that I have a hard time asking for help. And I kind of already knew that, but I didn't realize how, like, bad it was. Because I'm also the type of person where if I can figure something out for myself, even if it's like the long way to do something, I'm gonna do it, because I can do it myself. But, that's not always, like, sometimes you just gotta ask for help. Sometimes you just need to receive. And I'm learning how to receive more. So no matter the emotional turmoil or chaos and confusion and tears that I had this month, I still know that it was good for me, because it showed me where I wasn't showing up for myself in the way that I should, in the way that I want to, moving forward. So without all of that, I wouldn't have been able to, I wouldn't have noticed it as obviously as I did. So no matter what happens, I'm gonna find a lesson. And I have, and I did. So now I'm gonna go. Peace. Another thing that I did today, I applied to this artist residency in France, and no matter what happens, like, whether I get it or I don't, I'm just proud of myself for applying at all, because a past version of me would have discounted myself before without even trying, or I probably would have, like, procrastinated doing it. But as soon as I saw that the applications were open, I immediately started filling it out, and I submitted some of my writing, and I'm just proud. I'm proud that I, like, put myself out there like that. No matter what happens, like, I don't even obviously it'd be nice to be able to go to get selected. But what's more important to me is that I even did it at all, and that I put myself out there in a way that I know that I would not have in previous times of my life. So that's another shining star of the day. Yeah. Also last night, because usually lately I've been getting into, like, wearing cute pajamas, but I also get pretty hot at night, so sometimes I'd rather just sleep naked. So I've been back on that like these past couple of days. But last night I randomly decided, because I have quite a lingerie collection. I love lingerie. I will be making lingerie at some point in the future for sure. But I've always loved it and just collecting it, but I don't really wear a lot of it like in my day-to-day and under my clothes and stuff. I kind of just like right now I kind of just have it because I love it, and like sometimes I'll wear it, but not really as much as I could. So I decided to put on like a cute little bra, and it was like it was the one without, I mean, I guess I can show it to you. My drawer. I guess you're going back up here. Going back up here. Oh God, what was that? What was that? I actually have no idea what. Oh, okay. I saw what fell finally. Okay, that was, well, I'm just glad it didn't fall worse than that. But I put on this cute little lady, and it was very comfortable. There's no underwire, so it's very comfortable, and it's like, I mean, honestly, the mesh is not that soft. Like, you don't like, it's not the kind where you feel it and you're like, oh, that's so soft. But it's also not uncomfortable. Like, it was very comfortable. And I thought that, like, my boobs were just gonna fly out of it all night, but they didn't. I woke up and they were still in there. So, yay. So, but it was just nice to just, like, pop that on and just, like, be slayful for bed. And so today I put on another one. I'm not gonna show you. But I put on another one, and it's just nice. And I think this is gonna be my new little thing now, like putting on my cute little bras before I go to bed. And even honestly, even if I take it off like while I'm actually asleep, but like even just having it on before, it's so like pretty and cute and girly, and just like I like the idea of like getting ready and like dressing up and like adorning yourself for bed. I love that, because like I'm doing it just for me. Because, you know, I put on my lotion, I do my face massage and my skincare, and I'll either and then if I don't do my face massage, then I'll like just stretch my whole body. There's a stretching video that I really like. I'll link that too. And then I'll do a meditation, and it's just nice. It's a nice little... Oh, and I spray perfume. And I spray like, I have room spray. Like, I have this lavender and sandalwood spray that I like to spray on my pillows and stuff. And it's really nice. So just like, and also like lighting a candle, doing incense, putting in a wax melt. Like, I gotta have my aromatherapy, because like smell is huge for me. Like, as soon as I walk into my room, it needs to smell good, and if it doesn't, I'm immediately fixing the situation so that it smells good. Because any room I walk into, that's the first thing I notice. I just notice how it smells very, very strongly. I mean, because I know, like, that's probably most people too, but, like, I notice how it smells, and then I need to do something about it. Like, I need to, no matter where I am, I'm like, okay, I need to somehow, make this room smell better. Anyway, that's it. Hello. Thinking in my favorite challenge. Day 30. Yeah. I'm about to get ready for work. I just had a good cry. It started, I was doing, every morning after I meditate, I do a EFT tapping situation. And the video that I did today, I'll put it up and link it and everything, was about worthiness. It was about worthiness, and I did it for the first time because it's a fairly new video. I did it for the first time yesterday, and in the middle of it, I felt like I started to get choked up a little bit, and I felt like I wanted to cry. But today, even before I started it, I just started bawling. And I never really realized that I felt unworthy until that, I guess. Because it's not like, that's one of those things that like I'm not just like thinking in those terms all the time, but it's like one of those things that more so comes out in me making myself small in certain situations, or just people-pleasing behavior. And just like that general feeling of not feeling good enough. And I realized that that kind of stems from my childhood, like everything. But I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, and if you know anything about Jehovah's Witnesses, their kind of whole plan of life is that they will get to live on earth, like they're like end times rapture type story is like, instead of all the good people like going to heaven, all the good people, well, they do have something like that, but like most of the people are supposed to stay on earth and live like as immortal beings on earth. And I remember as a kid, like constantly on the podium, they would always be talking about like make sure you're doing enough, make sure you're doing this and this and that so you can make it to paradise. And even then, as a child, I remember thinking like, well, how will I ever know what's enough? How will I ever know? So, I don't know, I guess I just, in that moment, connected all of that, and it was a whole thing. But I'm glad I got to get that out and got to have that moment with myself and just let my emotions flow freely and not judge them or try to tell myself that I shouldn't have them. So now I have to play some uplifting tunes so I can get myself together to go to work. Yay! But that was, I mean, it's definitely not the first time I've had a morning cry before work, but this time it was, I don't know, it just hit different. It was more personal, I guess I would say. And also there is a lunar eclipse coming up, so it's always good to get a good shed out during an eclipse. That's like one of their purposes. Transformation and life and death and rebirth all in one cosmic event. So, yeah, that's my update for now. I'll catch you later. Hello. Day 30 update part 2, I guess. So, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had a rough day today. Especially after this morning and the emotions of it all. Well, in the immediate aftermath, like, I was listening to my music and I felt better, like good enough to get to work, and when I got there and everything, I was fine, and it was pretty chill today in the beginning. And then once it got later in my shift and more people started coming in, I started to feel irritated, because I mean, I'm already feeling pretty sensitive today, so I have this kind of joke in my head that like some days I feel like working and some days I don't. And today was one of those days where I didn't feel like working, even though, like, it was only like busy for a couple of hours, but it was, I find myself getting irritated when, like, when I just have, like, when I don't have, like, a lot of time between orders, like, when people just come back to back to back, that kind of, like, gets on my nerves, even though I think it's probably, like, in the long run, it's probably better that way, because then I don't have to, like, I'm not, like, sitting down and enjoying myself and then, like, having to get up again. But I feel like I wouldn't mind. I feel like I would almost prefer that, rather than, like, when I'm in the middle of, like, finishing something and then I turn around and there's another bitch in my ear. So, but that mainly stemmed from the fact that I was just already not in the greatest of, like, emotional states. So that just kind of exacerbated the whole thing. But, you know, that's just whatever. But I just reminded myself that, you know, it's, first of all, it's definitely the eclipse energy hitting me for sure. And just kind of letting it be, and just allowing it. Just allowing whatever's there, just allowing it. And there was even at one point where I went in the back and started box breathing. So that's how you know we were in dire straits. I've never done that before. I like doing breath work, but I haven't. That was like an emergency breath work situation. But yeah, that was kind of like, ugh. But I also reminded myself that, because I am very sensitive, and just reminding myself that my sensitivity is a gift, and it's good, and it's okay to feel deeply, and it's also possible to feel something deeply, and then subsequently let it go. So I'm in the process of refining that skill. I'm gonna wash this off my face now. Yeah. She's ready. Hello. Thinking in my favorite challenge, day 30, the final day. Dun dun dun. We did it. Round of applause. We made it. Full 30 days of this journey. And I'm happy. I'm proud of myself. And yeah, I have a couple notes. Well, mainly like one main takeaway of this whole thing. And then another one is like, the next one's like a side note. So this whole thing is really a practice in sovereignty, and really rooting myself in the idea that I ultimately choose what I give my energy to. And if I'm consistently giving my energy to something that I know drains me, or that I know drains me, then I have to take responsibility for that, for myself. Or if I'm going to continue to engage with that thing, like I would say work, for example, then I know that even though it's not necessarily the like best situation, I'm still very firm in the fact that it's my choice, and that if I can choose something else if I want to, and that it's really up to me, and me staying in this situation is my choice. And it's really just learning, and also being in that, just learning not to give my power away to things, situations, and people so freely. Because it's really about just learning how not to give my power away to things, people, and situations that don't serve me, especially so freely and often unconsciously, and just really making myself more conscious of those things, and especially the things that drain me. So I've definitely learned a lot. Over the course of this challenge. And I'm sitting at my desk, I'm journaling, and one thing that came to me was because I did like a nice long meditation today, and I haven't done a long meditation in a while, and I really kind of opened myself up to guidance. And one thing that I received is that, like, part of this process of especially loving yourself and trusting yourself and all of that is embracing your darkness and embracing the parts of you that you don't necessarily love, because that's kind of like the core of what self-love really is. Because of course it's easy to love the things that are good about you, but when you can actually really love and embrace those less than savory parts of yourself, then you've really done something. And so it's not about eradicating those parts or necessarily needing to change them. Unless you really want to, then you can, but or if it's something like detrimental to your well-being, then yeah. But if it's just like regular human shit, then it's okay you can embrace it and appreciate that about yourself. And even if you do still want to change it or improve it, you can still love it and love the process and the journey of you blossoming into who you want to be. And that's what I've learned on this journey. To really just embrace all of me and all of my mess. Because I think about nature, and I feel like we very much are nature. And there's this common narrative out there that's that humanity is above nature, or our purpose or something is to defy nature. But I don't really think that's possible. Everything is nature, life is nature. So, and we're a part of that. But nature is beautiful, it's ordered, it's cyclical, but it's also messy and chaotic and destructive all at the same time. And that's what I feel like human beings are. I feel like we are order and chaos just wrapped up into one package. And being both of those things is a lot. And, I imagine that's a huge factor as to why life on Earth is so just crazy sometimes. Crazy a lot of times. Especially now. So, yeah, when you're order and chaos all in one being, shit's gonna happen. And a lot of times it's not gonna be pretty. But a lot of times it also is. So, yeah. Be true, be you, be who you are. That is the moral of the story. I did this for 30 days just to learn to be true to myself. Side note, this is a great pen, especially for the Sarasa Dry, especially for a writer like me, where I I constantly have the problem where like I smudge the ink with my pinky especially, and I'll just have like a little ink spot right here. And that never happens with this pen because the ink dries so fast. So, and I'm kind of a pen freak. Thanks to my mom. She did this to me. Like, I'll even provide receipts. This is my pen cup. This is one of my pen cups, actually. I have another one, but this was the quickest one to grab. And you see it's overflowing. So, and yeah, got everything in there. Woo. So those are my receipts. Oh, and I have these two next to me. This one's really cute. It's Pachaco. My mom got this for me. What? Oh no, this one's not. This one's fine. There's another one that I have like this, and like the bottom part always comes off, and that's kind of annoying, but I like this pen too. And this one, oh gosh, this one doesn't really work anymore, which makes me sad. This was also Sarasa. Well, the color is really cute. Hold on, let me. It picks and chooses when it wants to work. So that was 30 days thinking in my favor, consciously reframing all of the chaos and nonsense of life, and knowing that it's all to teach me lessons and to just make me a stronger, better person in the long run. And just instead of being like letting myself getting bogged down by life and all the happenings, no matter how like minor or major they may be, just choosing to find value and a lesson and in all of those things. So yeah. I wish I had like a more exciting note to end on. Oh, it's the today. It actually, I feel like it worked out perfectly because I was like, oh, it's kind of weird that, I mean, typically if you like doing a month-long challenge, you know, you would end it within the month. And the fact that I like extended this into March is, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but like, you know, it's a little, because especially since I started on the first day, so I don't know why that matters, but I do think it's like tying it up in a perfect little bow, since I'm ending this on the day of the lunar eclipse. And I didn't get to see it because, well, I was up pretty late last night. I was up until like 4. And so I was like, oh, well, let me go out and try to see it. But it was so cloudy that I couldn't see it. And then I think by peak I was knocked out. So that's okay. I'm content. And then because I felt like the effects of its energy already, so I think that's more important really than actually seeing it, even though of course seeing it would have been nice and it's beautiful and I would have loved to see it in action. But I have, you know, the moon's been nice and bright the last couple of days, so I've been enjoying it on my walk home from work. So I did get to enjoy the full moon, even though I didn't really get to see the actual like eclipsing of it all. But you know, there's more eclipses coming. So, and honestly, you know, the solar eclipse is kind of way cooler to look at. But lunar eclipses are cool too. Lunar eclipses are cool. Like, it's cool when the moon turns red and everything, but there's, you know, looking at the sun just hits different. Because, you know, we never get to, I mean, of course, like, I do, I do find myself looking at the sun just, like, way too much sometimes. I am that person that will just, like, rant, even though I know I'm not supposed to look at the sun. I just kind of give it a glance, just for fun, I guess, just to keep me on my toes. I don't really know why I do that. But then also that there's those times where, like, there's just enough cloud cover over the sun where you can kind of look at it, and I especially like that because I'm like, whoa, I'm looking at the sun right now, even though I'm pretty sure that's probably not really good for your eyes either. And I already don't have great eyesight, so I should not be really risking it with my eyes, but I do. I don't know, I can't help it. So I'm gonna get back to my journaling now, and I've enjoyed this journey, and even though, you know, there were some downs for sure, that's okay. That's life, and I embrace life and all of its shapes and sizes and textures and stuff. All of its stuff. Life and all the life stuff. So, goodbye. I've enjoyed this challenge. Next video will likely be something more, I don't know. I've had this life, death, and rebirth video on ice for a little bit, but I feel like there's some, I'm trying to find my pimple patch and make sure, see, it's not there anymore. Where'd it go? This one's here, but I don't know where this one went. And all I've done is sit here and talk, so that's interesting. Anyway, life, death, and rebirth. And yeah, I feel like I have most of it. I think it's mostly ready, but I have this feeling that there's just one last piece. One last piece that I really need to bring it all together, and I haven't quite figured out what that is. But then also part of me is like, it's not like I can't revisit the topic, so there's enough there where I would be okay with just putting out what I have. So that might be the next video. And also I want to do more videos because thus far every video that I've made other than these has been pretty scripted. So I want to try just more freeform talking about different topics and things. So that's what's coming up next one. Tundopia. Just like the concept when I was conceptualizing all this, I didn't really want, even though a lot of people say you need to find a niche and you need to do a very, your channel has got to have a theme, essentially. You got to have the thing that you're known for. And that's true to some certain extent, but I wanted this channel to be basically my world, my planet, my whatever I want it to be. And well, I guess I want to talk about more serious things spirituality and psychology and just life experiences and science and how all those things kind of intersect, and just talking about the things that I'm learning and the things that interest me. And those were a wide-ranging number of things, but they all connect, and that's why I'm just fuck it. I'm just gonna upload, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So yeah. I think that's it. Had a very fun and also not so fun, but mostly fun, making it my favorite challenge. I've enjoyed having something to like look forward to and having something to create every day. So that's been really nice and really inspiring and encouraging moving forward with this channel especially. So I'm grateful for that. And now I'm done. Okay, so this is completely unrelated to the challenge, but I finished Heated Rivalry the other day, and I have some thoughts. And since I haven't posted the videos yet, I figured I might as well just include them. So, it was great. I loved it, I probably knew I would love it especially based off of the people like in my life that personally recommended it to me. I figured I'd probably like it, but I like really, really liked it. Like I liked it like in my own way. So yeah, that was good. It was just okay, preface. I am gay, but I'm not really I've never really been into like the two men thing, and I know a lot of other gays are, like especially gay women are really into the whole like two men thing, and I'm not into it, but I'm also not like, it's not something that I actively pursue really. Like I'm not anywhere near a yaoi lover. And I was like, oh, maybe this, especially when I first started, I was like, because I was hooked in immediately after the first episode. So I was like, oh, maybe this will turn me into a yaoi stan. That did not happen, but I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It was just well done. Especially, it was the perfect mix of like, just like smut, but also tenderness, which was I really appreciated. Because even just how, first of all, the characters had great chemistry with each other. And I loved the way that, like, even in the moments where they weren't actively, like, fucking, there was still a lot of, like, intimacy and tenderness shown between them. And I thought that was really very, very well done. So, and I think a lot of straight things lack that. It's kind of like, oh, that's the boy and that's the girl, so we just have to assume that they go together. And there's, like, I feel like sex scenes are generally... not always, but like a lot of times I feel like they're kind of put there to be like titillating and salacious and not necessarily like, there's not a lot of thought into actually making the characters look like they want to be with each other. So whoever did the intimacy coordination, they popped off. They did that. So yeah, I thought it was very well done. And the ending was great, and yeah, 10 out of 10 on Heated Rivalry for sure. 10 out of 10.